take it away.
So, at the beginning of last session, we began the campaign with a nice carriage ride featuring two of the party members. I think it was the Aarakocra as well as either, I think it was Ren or Zuki?
Mizuki.
It was Zuki. During that ride, the carriage stopped a couple times, one picking up Don's character Ahti and Bardrin. And then the carriage ride began on their way towards Snowdown. As the ride went, this fog started to come in, and the party noticed that the carriage was all of a sudden having to fly off at great speed. When asked, the carriage driver said everything was fine, but something seemed to miss. Until the fog had rolled up right up against the carriage, when the party noticed that the carriage driver had been beheaded. Going into action, Bargin took the reins of the carriage and drove it onward as a spectral figure riding horsebound came up against the carriage. The party fought off the horsebound rider as best they could till they finally made it close until they were a good ways down the road at full speed. But unfortunately, they did not notice the turn in the road. At that point, the carriage then went flying off the cliff face. The Aarakocra picked up Bardrin while the rest landed onto the ground, luckily safely. At that point, the party kind of discussed with each other what to do and where to go from there before they came to the decision to keep on moving towards Snowdown. It was at that point they were going through the woods when they came across another tabaxi talking with another person, and it seemed like they were having a dispute about some kind of merchandise or selling of goods. And it was at that point that the party helped to decide that the goods that was being sold were fine. That they promised they delivered what they were promising, even though it might have been a scam or not. It was no harm, no foul. It was at this point that the whole party was finally formed together with Hesa joining as well as Rin. From there, they all traveled into Snowdown, where the guards questioned them at first, but once finding out they were adventurers, the town was very welcoming and open armed to the adventurers. Then being led towards the town chief, you could say, at a very nice looking temple. At that point, the party all met with the town chief, and he basically gave them a rundown of what was happening and what this challenge was that the town was talking about. And it turned out that the challenge was due to a pact they made with a god that sustained the village and kept it in pretty well off state, giving them food and plentiful harvests and things like that. The only thing they had to do was have adventurers come and face this challenge, whether successful or not. They just had to entertain this god. At the hearing of this, the party was very concerned about whether this town was a straight up cult, which it pretty much seemed to be because they were worshiping a god that was having them basically murder people. But that side of fact, or that fact aside, the party basically agreed to take on the challenge. And most of the party went to the inn to have a great feast that would be held in their honor, while one party member, Hesa, set up a little tent to run a fortune telling business or con, whichever people view it as. And she actually got a good bit of customers, made a good fair amount of gold, and even Bardrin stopped by. Though he saw through the ruse, it was fun to do anyways. At that point, I think all the party then went to bed for the night before awakening in, I believe I think we awoke, had a nice, good, hot breakfast, and then we set out to meet the village chief to begin the trials. At that point, we all went through like a gate portal, I do believe, into this dark room where we couldn't really see much outside of noises and thuds and bumps until all of a sudden a great vicious beast came before us known as a demigorgon, and that's where we left off.
That was really well spoken. You definitely have earned you that inspiration point.
Woo!
I just want to add to Bardrin's recap that when the four party members landed and the carriage hit the ground. It exploded as they walked away from it, looking all cool. Action music playing.
Who loves that?
We also
So-
picked up the 2 cryptic messages from the brick in the wall, as above,
brick,
so
that's
below, as well as trust nothing.
Yes, yes, you did, and those will come into play. Is anybody familiar with the terminology behind "as above, so below"?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
In what sense? Like how it works?
And as an all-around statement.
So
I guess a little bit, mainly because like Stranger Things, like there's an upside down world, and as the world looks above, it's the same below. That's the only reference I know of.
If we're speaking pagan terms, it usually comes from Wiccan faith, meaning whatever you deem above will also be what we deem below. So what you do on earth is what it happens above in heavens, meaning watch your actions, karma, retribution, that kind of thing.
what I was drawing ties to was the horror movie / reference to Dante's Inferno as above, so below. As you, the only way to get out is to pretty much go all the way through the hell to get back to where you were.
All very, very good points. And the apparent of the meaning behind this statement inscribed on the rock will become apparent. I just wanted to like make that clear that that does actually mean something in this world. And if you know anything about that phrase at all, you're correct. So, as this Demogorgon falls and lands in front of you, and then gets up, and it snarls directly at you. Its gigantic flower-shaped head opens up, and you see all of the teeth on the inside as this thing just screeches the most horrible sound you've ever heard. I want everybody to go ahead and roll me initiative.
Okay. Before we roll initiative, could I do a reaction?
I'll allow it.
The moment she sees this creature land and start screeching, she immediately holds her crystal ball up in the eyes of the creature as she casts a charm person at level 5.
Is that what save is that for a charm person?
Well, so what's weird is it says it in every single level. It's let me see here. Oh no, it's actually just how many people. So I won't do it at level 5. I'm actually just gonna do it at level 2, and it's a Wisdom saving throw of 15.
Oof.
And I mean, I'll do it at level 1. Sorry.
That's 16, my friend.
She just holds the ball up as it flashes, looks at it and goes, "Oh boy, that was not perfect."
It's not perfect. Okay, so did everybody roll initiative?
Yep.
Yup.
Okay, so let me get 20 or higher. Okay, let's do 15 to 19.
15.
15 for a T.
Sorry, we rolled a little late. We ended up with a 21 to do it.
Eric has 14.
Okay, that's right. You said, Ren, you said 21?
Yes.
And then Haisa, you were
15.
15? Okay, then let's do 10 to 14.
I rolled 13, I do believe. Let me check.
I got 14.
Yeah, 13.
Midnight Star.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Barjan?
13.
13. Okay, and then let's do from 0 to up.
That'd be me. I got a 6.
Sorry, I had to remind myself of your name. Zuki.
Yep.
You said you got a 6?
Yep. I'm waiting and charging up my abilities. We'll just say that.
So the way that
Would you like me to keep track of initiative? I just wanted to mention.
if you wanted to keep track to help out, that'd be great. The way that I have it set right now is I've got Ren at the top of the round at 21, then we got Heisa at 15, Eric at 14, Barjan at 13, Zuki at 6, and then the Demogorgon's gonna follow at 6.
You missed
Gotcha.
me. I had a 15 as well.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Between let's see what's a comparison between the two, like between Heisa and sorry, I don't remember your guys' name. Ahti? Like who has the higher dex?
My dex scores a 20.
Heisa, what's your dex score?
My dex score is 13.
13. Okay, so then it'll go Ren, Ahti, Heisa, Ark, Barjan, Zuki, Demogorgon.
Gotcha. Got it now.
Alrighty, so Ren, we are starting at the top of initiative with you. You guys are, you're still standing in the same formations that you entered in. In Ren, you now have this Demogorgon screeching in your face, getting slobbery spit all over you. What are you doing?
For a moment, there is the small girl's voice screeching from the little auto gnome. And as that screech kind of resonates out, it slowly changes to a deep, rumbly, like dread in your ears kind of voice.
It seems we have a new friend. I shall stab it with my rapier.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your attack. I'm scared.
And Hazel's just like, yes, just stab it, please. And she like,
Go ahead, Heisa.
oh no, it's okay.
Ren, that definitely hits.
Oh shit.
With that, shall also roll my build for success die, an additional 1d4.
Alright.
14 damage.
And you make true contact with your slashes with your rapier. And as you make your slashes, it does cut off like some chunks of flesh and some blood does come out. These are some pretty powerful hits. Do you have a second attack or anything else that you want to do?
What?
I don't wanna
Ren?
Okay, then go do something
Sorry.
else.
I
You
was
can't be in
looking
here,
at
remember?
my additional traits.
We shall stab it again.
Okay. A 12 does not hit.
Very sad.
You make it as you make that slash, the Demogorgon's already being on edge of your first attack, just narrowly dodges out of the way.
that will be everything for turn.
Okay, then we have Ahti next. Haisa, you're on deck.
All right. Ahti is going to pull out his short bow and move 40 feet back, assuming there's enough room for him to do that, kind of off to the side, and attack with his short bow.
Okay.
17.
17 hits. That hits.
Because Rin is within range, this is also going to be applied as a sneak attack. So 9, 21 damage.
Ooh. You hit the Demogorgon good. Where do you hit it at? What does this attack look like?
I'm trying to... Let me get a info image here for me. I would assume he's... he kind of moves off to the side and goes for like a kind of heart-piercing shot on the Demogorgon, and it kind of like burrows in because it wasn't expecting a ranged attack since it was focused on Ren at the time.
Yeah, and Ren, the next thing you know, this arrow flies past you and sticks this Demogorgon directly in the chest, and it lets out another just horrifying shriek that fills the room.
Yes. More bloodshed.
Ahti, anything else that you're doing?
That is it for me.
Okay. Haisa, you are up, and then we have Arik next.
Haisa just like lets out like all of her hairs go up, and she lets out a hiss embarrassingly. She's like, no one saw that. As she starts to hum and she puts two of her claws from each index paw, and she puts each tip of the claw on both purple beads on her forehead. And as she gets a hum, a purple lance, a large purple lance starts to form above her that's rotating rapidly as she's going to cast Psychic Lance.
Okay, what does that do?
As a Psychic Lance, you unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power from your forehead at a creature that you can see within range. Alternately, you can utter a creature's name. If the name's targeted is within range, it becomes the spell's target, even if you can't see it. If the name target isn't within range, the lance dissipates without effect. The target must make an intelligence saving throw of 15. On a failed save, they take 7d6 psychic damage, and they're incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Okay. I'm sorry, what save did it need to make?
Intelligence 15.
Intelligence. That's what I just wanted to make sure. Oh, hang on. You said, oh, that's, let's see, -4. It rolled in at 20. It's got a -4 in intelligence. That puts it at 16.
Damn it, pass, but it still takes damage.
Okay, give me damage.
Let's see. It's gonna be... Brain doesn't want to work for a second. So it would take 13 damage.
Okay. You can see that the Demogorgon looks mildly irritated by all of this. It just got slashed. It just took an arrow, and now something's messing with its insides and messing with its head. It's a little irritated right now.
She kind of looks at it with a little bead of sweat going down her forehead. She goes, hey guys, somebody?
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope. She ends her turn.
Okay. Arik, it is up to you. Bardrin, you are on deck.
Sark, first of all, sees the creature and yells out to no one in particular, "I know, brother, it's a Demogorgon. I have eyes, for beak's sake."
Stupid.
Is the Demogorgon, how far is he from my character, so to speak? If we had to say.
Where you guys would have been starting at, I'd say he's within at least a 10-foot range.
10-foot range, okay. And how high are the ceilings inside the room that we're in?
It's kind of hard to tell because of the darkness, but you would estimate they're at least 15 feet, maybe 20.
Okay. Eric is going to go ahead and pull his bow, his blood spear, off of his back, and he's going to rush in to go ahead and make a strike right into the Demogorgon's flower face.
Do it.
All right. Booyah.
Oh, that hits.
Damage. 10. And with the D8 piercing, 17 damage.
Yeah.
As it gets hit, it lets out another shriek, and you see some more blood come out. I don't know what color blood Demogorgon blood is, but I imagine it's not red. Maybe like a
Purple?
like a purplish goo that tends to be flying everywhere. Is there anything else that you can do, Ark, or anything else you would like to do?
I think there is. Let me take a look real quick. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my key points to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay.
So let me find my key points. There they are. Let's minus one of those. So in that strike, I instantly, as I blast my blood spear into the Gorgon's face, I withdraw it, slap it back onto my back, and to make 2 talon strikes to its torso.
Awesome. Do you need to? Are those automatic hits, or do you have to roll for those too?
I think they're automatic hits. Let me double check real quick.
I can also
Let's see. Where does it say it? Flurry of blows. After you take the attack action on your turn, spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
You have to roll to hit with those.
Yeah, I think you just hit with the Flurry of Blows, don't you?
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think, yep, there it is. So I'm going to roll to hit.
Oh, that's a direct hit.
That's a try.
And then we'll go ahead and do attack damage. 5. And it was 2 strikes, right?
I believe that's
Yes.
That's what it said.
So 5 and... So 5 damage. Or no, total 9 damage.
Total 9 damage?
Yeah.
You got to roll to hit for each of those attacks, by the way.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me actually roll for the other one to see if it hits. 16.
That barely hits, but it hits.
Oof, okay. So 9 damage total on him.
Okay, perfect. And are you staying where you're at? Are you moving, or does that end your turn?
Because I used that as my bonus action, I believe that's all I can do.
Okay. Bardrin, you are up. Zuki, you are on deck.
So he sees his party members going in, and he sees Eric go for a stab in the mouth. So the first thing Bardrin does is he's going to rush up and go for the neck. And he's going to swing his greatsword at it.
Give me a swing.
I'm going to take a
Swing.
negative to this.
Better.
Let me think. Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
All right, he's going to try attacking again. Does a... I don't know, I'm trying to think. 17 hit.
17 does hit.
Oh yeah. He's gonna take 2d6 and an extra d6 of radiant damage, as well as an extra 10 damage because I took a -5 to the roll. So that's 15 damage.
And how does this attack look? Describe this to us.
So he hits. He with his greatsword. He swings right for the left side of the neck, and on contact, he hits it. But then, and with a initial slice, there's then a burst of radiant damage from the blade that just gouges into the monster's neck.
And you do it with such force, and like as you make that attack, as you look back at the Demogorgon and you see your sword is sticking out the side of its neck, it made a pretty good, like it impacted to where the edge of the blade did go into the Demogorgon's skin.
Mm-hmm.
But you also see now laying on the ground in front of you is one of the petals off of its face. You'd cut it clean in half.
The petal?
Yes, like you cut one of those
Gotcha.
off of its face with that swing.
And then I'm going to action surge and attack twice again.
Okay.
Just taking a negative to both. Both of those will miss.
Both of those miss.
Yeah, 15 and a 10.
That 15 hits. If it meets, it beats.
Oh, cool. That's 25 damage.
Hell yeah. What does that attack look like? Give us a good attack on that one. Where do you hit it at?
He's going for the neck again.
As you make that second cut, it does drive that sword deeper into the Demogorgon's neck. But as you do that, it takes one step back away from your sword, and you can see that you've cut at least close to halfway through this Demogorgon's throat.
How far is it backing up?
Just like one, it's not really like moving away from you, it's just moving itself away from your, like, it's pulling the sword out of its neck, basically.
Like it's
Gotcha.
staggered.
Okay, and I'm actually gonna move out of its attack range, so I'm gonna move back away from it.
Okay, how far back are you moving?
5 feet, I guess, back towards like Hesa is.
Okay. And then we have...
Is it gonna take an opportunity attack or no? Okay.
Right now, it's not. He's kind of staggering back and forth. He's not looking super hot already.
Gotcha. All right, that's my turn.
And then we have Zuki up, and the Demogorgon is on deck.
Okay, so what Zuki's gonna do is kind of like take my rapier and kind of do like a power slide thing, kind of around the Demogorgon to kind of be on like kitty corner from the back, and then just stab him with the rapier, doing like a sneak attack.
So you're gonna flank around?
Yeah.
Okay, make that attack at advantage.
Okay. 20.
That hits.
Okay. And so, let's see, rapier. Is it 11 damage for the rapier, and then sneak attack damage. $22.
Holy shit.
Nice.
And as you attack this Demogorgon from the back, or like from the back side, you draw some major blood out of this thing. All of this purple goopy stuff is just flying everywhere with each strike of your rapier. It's going to turn and make an attack on you, Zuki. since you are now the closest one. I need to know if... And as you see it get ready for its attack, at first it lunges at you with what's left of its mouth. It rolls for that one a 7. Does a 7 hit?
Let's see. That's just gonna be armor, right?
Yeah, your armor.
Yeah, your
class.
AC.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And you see it coming in for 2 more attacks with its claws on you. Let's see. That one, first claw doesn't hit. Does an 18 hit?
That would hit. Question: can I do uncanny dodge since I see it's coming, or would that have to be done starting off?
What does uncanny dodge say?
It's a reaction.
So an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attack's damage against you.
I would say yes then,
Okay.
because you see it coming.
Okay.
Let's see.
That would remind me. That's just a D20, right? If I remember correctly. For a reaction.
I don't know. Do you have to roll for reactions? I don't think you do.
No.
I don't think so.
The
It just
dice,
straight up halves it.
At least for me, leads me to believe that it's just something you do to have the damage, and you have like. Does it say you have like charges or how often you can use it?
No,
Not that one.
It doesn't have any charge. It just says when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attack's damage against you.
Sounds like every reaction is an opportunity to have you damage.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just have
Yeah.
the damage on that reaction. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That works. We'll do that then.
So you're gonna take 2d8. Let's see, 7, 8, 9. So half of 9.
It's always best. Usually you round up.
Okay, then we'll just say 5 damage.
Okay. Little bit of a hurt.
A little bit. And I think, let's see, let me look at a few things. I think as of right now, that is everything that the Demogorgon can do. But as you guys are witnessing this Demogorgon, so if you don't know, Demogorgons have regeneration. They gain 10 hit points at the start of their turn. You see, like, and obviously at this state that the Demogorgon is in, that 10 points of healing that it gets at the start of his turn doesn't really do a whole lot for him, but you do notice that one of the slashes on its body is now healed back together. We're going back up to the top of the round with Ren.
Okay, quick question out of character. Looking at my battering shield, it says as long as I'm holding my shield and it can push a creature within my reach, that's 5 feet away. When it says push creature, would you say that'd just be like a standard attack roll, or would it be a strength check?
Let's see, which one are you looking at?
The battering shield.
The battering shield.
Yeah.
While holding this, you get 1 point of bonus. Additionally, the shield has 3 charges and requires 1d3 expended charge daily at dawn. If you're holding the shield and push a creature with it, your reach at least 5 feet away, you can expend 1 charge to push the creature an additional 10 feet, knock it prone, or both. So, from my understanding, is with this shield, you can do that 3 times before all of your charges are expended.
Yeah, I'm just the stipulation of pushing a creature. Would that just be an action, or would it be an attack? Would you clarify it?
I would clarify this as an action.
As an action? Okay.
I'd agree because shove is an action you can do, and you can shove a
Yeah.
creature. I think that's the only way you could justify a push.
Yeah, and I think that's why it has the 3 specific charges, because you can only do this 3 times.
I get you. Okay.
Well, this dreaded beast. It seems you have struck my party member. I shan't let that continue. I'm gonna take this handy dandy shield here. I'm not gonna to shove the beast. Would the shove action, would that be a strength roll?
I believe so.
Okay.
No, shove is just an action, isn't it? As long as you're within range of it, then you can. I think you can just do it because you're not hitting the creature; you're pushing them.
It is.
Where?
The target must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you must make a strength athletics check, because
Okay.
tested by the target's strength athletics or dexterity check.
Okay. So yeah, then yep, do an athletics. I like that. Da, 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 da. If you're using your charge, I'll say that you are able to push him. You're able to hit him with that and push him back.
Okay, then yes, I am expending one of my charges.
What does it look like when you hit the Demogorgon with this shield?
As you see this little auto gnome just run up on this giant beast, just charging all of his weight into his shield, pretty much almost clipping the bottom of its jaw, almost staggering it back, falling back, stutters back about 10 feet, and then just collapses in a daze.
Okay. And is there anything else you would like to do on this turn?
I was just gonna move back behind Hasa. Almost use them as Hasa. Yeah.
This is the kitty.
Yeah.
This is a shield.
As you all watch this little auto gnome just
Pretty much
push this
smack,
Demogorgon.
we're gonna run away. Is the plan. We're gonna
She looks horrified as she her eyes are all wide as she just eye follows the little mechanized gnome.
Don't mind us. We're gonna be back here. Just vibing.
Just vibing. Okay.
Ahti, the Demogorgon has now been pushed back 10 feet and is now knocked prone. It is your turn.
T has been at range, kind of moving around to get a good vantage point, waiting for another opportunity, and he takes this as a perfect opportunity to strike at the now prone Demogorgon with his short bow. So prone means he should be at advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
And since it's at advantage, still get the sneak attack. So 12 plus 17, so 29 total damage.
And this Demogorgon is not doing super good. Where did you hit this Demogorgon at?
Did it go prone face down or face up?
I'll say that it's prone face down. It's kind of down on its knees with one hand on the ground to support it up.
Kind of like trying to cause the arrows to link. He targeted the same chest point on the back, trying to get the tips to kind of meet in the center at his heart, or where he assumes the heart would be on the Demogorgon.
And you strike that area true. And as the blade sinks into its skin, the Demogorgon screams even louder, getting pushed further into the ground with the arrow getting pushed further up with the weight of the Demogorgon coming down on it. And that's when it puts out its second hand onto the ground to support its weight upwards. Is there anything else that you can do?
That is it for Ahti.
All right. Hasa, you are up. Arik, you are on deck.
He's with her hairs all puffed up as she just looks at this thing that is still not dead after just the beat down that has been given. And she just puts her hands up, kind of like Solar Flare from Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
She does Solar Flare and she yells, synaptic static as pinkish purple lightning comes off of the jewels on her forehead as the area around the Demogorgon explodes with a massive AoE of purple pink lightning. It needs to roll an intelligence save of 15.
Intelligence save of 15. Okay, 1 second. I will give that to you right now. I wish I knew what my real dice were, but at least D&D Beyond's got my back. You said a strength check? Or
No,
a saving throw?
intelligence.
Intelligence. Ouch. That would be a 6, my guy.
Finally. Awesome.
What happens next after that?
Let me see. 1 second. So I did 25 damage.
Oh, shit. This poor Demogorgon.
And it's still alive? Holy shit, okay.
What did that attack look like? Like, tell us the damage that it took. Because it took some heavy damage. What did that look like? It's still standing for now.
So basically, imagine like every version of a migraine all happening at once. As that like pinkish purple lightning is like coming off of its body. And for the next minute, the target has muddled thoughts and for a minute, and during that time it has to roll a d6 and subtract that number from all of its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
And as this is all happening, like you can hear the Demogorgon shrieking. It takes one of its hands off the ground and puts it towards its head. You can obviously tell that there's something going on inside of its head that just hurts. And because of that, it loses a little bit more strength, and as it slumps forward down, Ahti's arrow starts to poke out the back of the Demogorgon.
Perfect. And then I'm going to use my movement action.
Okay.
She's gonna run, and basically she hops off of Haas, and she does run on all 4 feet, by the way. She runs over to it, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to basically form a shadowy blade that she's going to bring down on its head like executioner style.
Okay.
And that one, actually, let's see here. And it doesn't even look like I need the roll of the hit. Let's see here. One second, sorry.
Yeah, is there any kind of like save it needs to make? Any save at this point is going to be at disadvantage for the Demogorgon.
Oh, that's what it does. Well, but then how do I roll it? Let me see here. Sorry, bear with me.
Let's see. Where is your character sheet?
So, you could just add in a weapon you're proficient with and just use the hit modifier from that, because it basically is just a weapon you're proficient with.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
well,
I like that.
Okay. Let me see.
That's
here.
what you're doing is Shadow Blade, right?
Yeah. 19 hit.
Oh, that hits.
Perfect. And she just yells out, "Die! Die! Damn you! Die!" And when she hits him on the back of the head, he feels a like pulse of psychic damage riddle through its head again.
Okay, and what damage do we have?
4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you that is the exact number of hit points it had left. How do you kill this thing?
When she brings the sword down and slams this shadowy blade on the back of its head, the blade like kind of explodes and pink purple lightning, and its head like does it have eyes and ears?
Not that you can really like see.
Okay. Basically, if there's any holes in its head that would lead to its brain, you just start to see like cooked brain kind of just like slowly linking out.
Oof. That's grotesque.
And she'll kind of look at the group, cough, brush her hair down, and goes, "Ha! I wasn't even scared. Perfect vibes."
Sure. Let's go with that.
Haha! Excellent hit.
From behind the pup, the dog.
What'd you say?
Oh, there's the small child voice has returned and is giggling from behind. Is it Houst? The big.
Hoss?
Yes, Haas. Sorry.
It's okay.
So, the Demogorgon just laying beneath you. How does everybody react to that recent battle? What are you all thinking at this time?
I'd say Barjan is quite confident in the party's skills at this moment. He thinks it seemed like a tough creature, but we handled it well, so he's happy.
Indeed. Eric is glad to see the Demogorgon is dead and is quite surprised by the skills of his party and yells out to Hesa, "Wonderful strike, little one. Good job."
She rubs the back of her head. Thank you.
A T would walk up to retrieve whatever arrows he could as he makes a comment. Beautiful coordination, everybody.
Zuki would wipe rapier off.
Go ahead.
Blood and like, quite good, quite good.
Nick would start to walk up to the Demogorgon and see if there's any valued part he could extract, possibly from the wicked beast.
Hell yeah, same.
Roll investigation.
That's a 17.
That's an 8.
Shit.
So the Barjan, what you see before you, it looks like a dead, weird-looking creature. What if your character would have any knowledge, then you would know that it is indeed a Demogorgon. But if not, then what you're seeing is this crazy-ass looking creature with purple drippy blood, gooey blood. Ren,
He just kind of runs a sword through it. That's it.
You're just like stab. Make sure it's dead, right? Ren,
Pulse check.
Ren, what you see the same creature before you. You kind of notice things a little bit differently, though. The horrid-looking flower-shaped mouth that it had, as it just lay there lifeless, you can see how many sharp teeth it has all over the inside of its petal-shaped face. You do see that this creature has some insanely sharp claws. You're not quite sure how sharp, but just by taking a look at them, it would be sketchy just to even touch one. As far as those, that's really all you can tell about this creature, other than it's like gray, like dead gray looking skin. And it's not wearing anything that appears to be of value. It looks like its main assets are what it would use to kill you.
Well, these teeth and claws must be worth something to somebody, so. May I extract my bounty?
Yeah, I'm going to say with the Demogorgon dead, you're able to extract whatever it is you're looking for. If you want to pull some of the teeth, if you want to take a full piece of its face with you, or remove its claws, you're able to do that.
Take its claws and its teeth. They're sharp. I know someone making like a Gensu knife set out of them or something. I don't know, but they're worth something.
That is just so gross. So she's on top of Haas, rubbing her toe bean lotion into her toe beans.
Well, as Bargain like takes a look around, how do we get to the next level?
Yes, what's the next thing we must face, or is there a way out of this room? As Eric cleans his spear.
And as you say that, you kind of start to feel a slight rumble beneath your feet. And as dust kind of starts to fall from the ceiling and you peer upwards, you see descending from the ceiling down towards you is a extending spiral staircase that seems to only lead you one direction once it touches the ground, which is up.
Bargain just starts walking up the stairs. I only see
Eric.
one way out of here, so might as well keep going on this challenge.
Yes, let us move forward. Eric follows Bartran.
Azuki will follow Eric as well.
He's we'll tell Haas to follow while she's laying on the pillow on his back.
Ren kind of grumbles to themselves in the more adult woman voice and wipes the blood on their legs and follows along behind everybody else, watching the corners closely, just keeping an eye on everything going on around them.
And as you descend upwards, as you're the last one to go up the staircase, as you put one foot onto the staircase, and then you take that foot off of the stone floor, you feel the staircase give a sudden jerk as it starts going upwards. Kind of like it basically transforms into its own little version of an elevator. As it helps hoist you upwards into the ceiling and you emerge, you come into a room that is completely pitch black. Does anybody have dark vision?
I do.
Yep.
He has dark vision as well.
Nope. Blind.
I think I'm blind too.
We can see.
Where do you usually see that? Isn't it under racial traits?
It's
It should
under
be on
senses
senses.
with like your passive stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Birds
Oh, there
don't
we
get
go.
a seat.
Senses.
We haven't. I think we are blind.
I don't know.
Well, let's see.
It says like blind sight, dark vision, tremor sense, and true sight, but doesn't tell me what I have.
If it's not on the where the passives are, if there's nothing listed underneath the three passives,
Then I don't have it.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm blind as a bat or a bird.
So those of you who do not have dark vision, this is a completely pitch black room. You can't see anything. However, you can hear a slight noise. DJ, can we get a change into something a little bit more spooky?
Yeah, we can.
Awesome. So the dark vision folks, it's just a pitch black room. You can't even really see your hand in front of your face, but you can hear this odd noise coming from somewhere. And at first you hear some heavy breathing and what sounds like somebody something trying to scuffle across the ground. You also hear what sounds to be like something really heavy being drug across the ground. My folks with dark vision, you're able to see, but not very well. This area looks very similar to the one that you just left. Except towards the middle of this room, you see what appears to be a cage. If you look real hard, it becomes real apparent as to where the sound is coming from, and it appears to be coming from inside of the cage. There appears to be someone inside of this long rectangular cage. and something inside of it with it.
Hazel looks at that and just goes, "That's horrifying," as she picks up her crystal ball, holds the crystal ball up as it glows, and 4 small crystal balls form as she casts dancing light.
Awesome. Where are you going to place these lights at, and how many are you casting?
There are 4 of them, and they actually float. And they're actually going to be giving off the color of like a bright pink type of light color.
And as the light casts, everybody who didn't have dark vision, the light comes in, starts to fill the room, and at first it's a little bright. And I mean, it was just dark. Imagine like somebody just flipping on your bedroom lights on you. But as your eyes adjust, you guys see the same thing. It is apparent as to where the sound is coming from. And you can see in the middle of this room this long rectangular cage, probably a good, I'd say like maybe 15-20 feet in length. And on the inside of the cage, on one end, appears to be somebody in distress, and there is something inside of it trying to get to it. All in all, where you guys just entered in at this event, this area of where it's happening, would be in the middle of the room, so I'd say a good 25 to 30 feet away from you, depending on where you're standing. What are you all doing right now?
A T, keeping a range of like 40 feet from the cage, would kind of like start to make a cursory movement around it to see what else is in the cage. Basically trying to scout and assess the situation. I have a movement speed of 40, if that would give me enough to figure out what's on the opposite end of the cage.
Oh, definitely. You could walk right up onto the cage if you wanted to. How close do you want to go? I'll say, Ahti, from you, I'll say it's about like 26, 27 feet away from you, so I'll let you decide how close you want to get to investigate.
However close I need to be to do a proper investigation of the cage. Mentally, I'm thinking just a barred cage, so I'd be able to see it. If that's not the case, I would move closer.
That is the case. It appears to be a barred cage. You can see all the way through. You get close enough, Ahti, and the closer and closer you get, the more and more this creature that's on the inside of the cage with this poor person becomes more and more in view. And what you are seeing appears to be a really large black looking cat with some appendages coming out of its back shoulders.
Oh God.
If any of you are, Ahti, if you are, I'll say because you're the closest, if you are familiar with monstrosities, your character would know this as a displacer beast. And as this beast comes into view, you see this poor person at one end of the cage trying to scoot back, but they can't. They're all the way up against the back of the cage, and you notice that this displacer beast on the inside of the cage has a rope tied behind its hind quarters, and attached to the opposite end of the rope is a really large stone block. And the more and more it fights, it appears that it's just dragging this block across the floor, trying to get closer to this person.
Would I see any way to get the person out of the cage at this point?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
Would there be anything visible, like a lock or opening into the cage, to get this person out from my vantage point at this point?
As far as you can see, looking at the cage from where you're standing at, there doesn't appear to be a latch, and there doesn't appear to be a lock either.
Cool. I would relay this information to the group, and then wait to see what everybody else thinks.
Bardrin would walk up to the cage, and so you said the Displacer Beast is on one side of this rectangular cage, dragging a rock that's holding it back towards the other side of the rectangular cage with a person that's scared.
Yes.
He would try to talk to the person. How did you end up in this cage?
Vega, will you give us a description of what your character looks like?
Oh?
Take yourself off mute.
Not bad. I was struggling. So she has about shoulder length black hair, bright silver eyes. Her skin is very, very pale. She's real small. She is a well, she looks more of an elf. She's an elf type, and she is shaking, trembling, is frightened, trying to squeeze between these little bars, being stuck, looking like she is taking quite a bit of damage.
You said she looks damaged?
Yes.
Okay. Bardrin, how, like, if I make an attack towards the Displacer Beast, is it close enough to be a hit, or is it like a pretty far in the cage?
It's pretty far in the cage, and the way that the bars appear, like, if a blade could be slid between the bars.
Okay, and like, if I did that just with my eyesight, does it look like I'd be able to stab the Displacer Beast, or no?
Yes. In fact, you would be able to make this attack at advantage.
Okay. He's gonna do that then. It might make it easier to just figure out how to get her out if we just get rid of that problem.
Go ahead and make me an attack and do it at advantage. The Displacer Beast on the inside of the cage seems to be fixed on its goal, which is to get to this thing that is inside of the cage with it.
Okay, that's a 20.
A 20 hits.
Alrighty. And I'm gonna make a second attack, because might as well since I can. That's 11 damage.
That's your dice that I'm hearing, isn't it?
Oh, it might be. I didn't know if y'all could hear that.
I did.
Okay.
I did. It always seemed to like fit so perfectly with it too, and then it dawned on me, I'm like, it's your dice. Okay.
Okay, if that's the case, I'll change it, because those are like ones that make a lot of noise. That's a 14 to hit.
A 14 does hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Bardrin, you notice that as these two attacks make contact, it almost appears as if they go through the Displacer Beast, but do no damage. It doesn't take long for you to realize what was going on as
It's a projection.
Another Displacer Beast comes out from around the cage.
Oh.
Circling you, and you can see the projection coming from its tendrils.
Yeah. Okay. So Bardrin's gonna rush that one instead.
Before you rush that one, what is everybody else doing as you watch this Displacer Beast come into view?
Oh, he still would attack.
Ren's
Zuki's
gonna turn around and pull out a little crossbow from her bag. Oi, Pikey! Watch out! Take aim at the Displacer Beast.
Eric sees the first one before it disappears and goes, "Look, brother, there's an Omlar cat. I don't know if ranged attacks will work well on this one." And he pulls his spear out.
T would have had his short bow pulled from the moment Barden went up to the initial projection. Now honed in on the new
And Zuki would have
target.
switched over to his longbow upon entering the room.
All right, Bardrin, I'm gonna let you make that rush attack first.
Okay. Let's see. Take a -5 to that one, by the way. So that's 14. I think. Yeah, 14.
It just took you, so it just took 14 damage?
No, 14 to hit.
Oh, 14 to hit. 14 does hit.
Hell yeah. It takes 19 damage.
And as it takes this blow, it lets out a roar as it gets down and it notices everybody else around. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Can I add a maneuver to that attack real quick?
What did you have in mind?
Since I hit it with a weapon attack, I wanted to expend 1 superiority die to add to the total damage. And it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
That it can do.
Time to duel.
So it takes an extra 1 damage, so 20 damage, and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that was a 17 on the wisdom.
Okay, it succeeds. Damn it.
Okay, starting from 20 and plus.
I got 24.
21 for T.
I can see Arik at 20. Did anybody else get 20 or above?
Zuki.
I got 20.
Right, so I got Arik 20, Ahti 21, Zuki 24. Is that my only 20s?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do 15 to 19. Okay, 10 to 14.
Hey, we start with 11.
I got an 11. My dex is 18.
My dex is 13.
Okay.
And 11, and then next 11, and then I'm assuming that we have Ren bringing up the rear with a 9, correct? Let me roll quick. Okay. Now that this Displacer Beast is in view, and you know that there is somebody trapped inside of the cage who now appears to not be in mortal peril. Sorry. They appear not to be in mortal peril, but still stuck inside of the cage. At the top of the round, we have Zuki. The atmosphere in this room seems to be a little off. What are you doing, Zuki?
Like I said, I'm going to have my longbow and kind of scanning around the room, but also quickly just taking an attack on, or a sneak attack on the beast.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's see. So where is it? There it is. 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So then we got damage for the longbow. That's 6, and then sneak attack. 19.
As you hit this displacer beast with your longbow, and you see that arrow sink in, it lets out another growl and turns to face you. Is there anything else you can do on this turn?
No, not at range.
Okay.
And that'll be good for me.
Ahti, you're next. Arik, you're on deck.
All right. Ahti would be kind of circling the beast opposite Zuki, kind of creating like a spread out flanking sort of approach to it as he fires off a shot with his short bow as well. His goal would be to take out the tendrils first to prevent any future projections being produced. It's 18 to hit.
18 hits.
For a total of 27 damage.
I'm sorry. What was the damage on that?
27.
27.
And like I said, he would stay at range, kind of encircling it, and that would be all for his turn.
Okay. Arik, you're on. You were up. The displacer beast is on deck.
The beast has turned its attention to Zuki. How far away is the creature from Eric?
Where you guys had got did you go? I'm sorry. Remind me. Did you go up to the cage with Bardrin?
No.
So at the point that between arriving and when the displacer beasts arrived, did you move from that location?
I stepped forward a little, but I'm not sure how much. Is it within 15 feet of me?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We'll say if you stepped forward a little bit from your original location, we'll say it's 15 feet exactly.
Okay. Then, Oryx sees that it turns its attention to Zuki, and he yells out, "Not yet, foul beast. I haven't had my chance to play." And I cast Lightning Lure. And I believe it's going to have to make a strength saving throw or be pulled 10 feet into my direction.
That would be... That'd be a 5.
Let's see.
You said you pull it 10 feet in that direction?
Yeah, and if I do end up pulling it, if it fails, then I do 2d8 of lightning damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
So there's 10 lightning damage. And
awesome.
As I pull this beast to me with the lightning lash, I'm then gonna go ahead and use an action and to stab with my blood spear as it comes at me within the 5 feet, because I have 20 range on my spear. Should I go ahead and roll for a hit?
Yes.
Okay. So 29.
Oh, that hits.
And let's see. Piercing
Zuki yells at
damage
you, that still counts as
7.
1.
With my extra attack damage. So 13 damage there.
And as it gets pulled forward, and you see it trying to dig its claws into the ground, and it takes that lightning damage, and then you're able to hit it with your spear as well. It lets out a mighty panther-like roar. And when the roar finally comes quiet, you hear 2 roars from the darkness answering back. And as they step forward out of the darkness, you see 2 more Displacer Beasts come into view. And as
Are
they
they-
come...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna ask, are they behind the original beast, like coming in behind from it?
You can see them coming in from dark areas from where Heisa's casting or her lights aren't illuminating just barely. They emerge from the darkness from the same general direction that the first one stepped out from.
Okay.
And as they emerge, you can see a projection standing next to him. So as far as you guys can tell, there are now 4 more approaching. The first one, Arik, was that all you could do for your turn, correct?
No. For my bonus action, I'm gonna spend a key point to do Step of the Wind to disengage or dash, and my jump distance is doubled. So I'm then gonna jump away from the creature into the air and take flight.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep, you do this, and are you moving anywhere, or are you just going up into the air to get out of reach?
I'm basically going up into the air out of reach, maybe a few paces away, but definitely in the air out of reach. I believe we determined that the ceiling might be about 15 feet, so I'm up about close to that.
And as you do that, like that first Displacer Beast that you attacked, like it leaps in the air and tries to paw at you, but you're just too quick. You get out of the way as it lands on all 4 paws and turns back to the rest of the party, and you see its tendrils move and display another Displacer Beast next to it.
Do I have your attention now, foul beast?
It's going to expend... Oh, what's its moving speed? Damn it, I just looked at that. 60 feet. So it's going to expend its some of its moving speed, and it's going to move right back up on Zuki. Zuki...
Oh, goody.
It is going to make an attack at you.
Where is Zuki, by the way?
Zuki would be like back in the closer by the doorway and stuff where we came in.
Okay.
It's going to swipe at you with its sharp claws. Oh, damn. I didn't even know if a 7 hits.
7 does not hit.
It's going to swing again at you. Gosh, dang it. What? Does a 9 hit?
No.
Okay. The
Swing and a miss, kitty.
Displacer Beast is now that you see 2 of them standing in front of you, it's going to take a couple steps back and just stare at you. It seems to be transfixed on you, as it could be possible that maybe it's a little appalled that a cat would attack a cat.
DM, real quick. Would there
Yes.
be any effect to the projection from the arrow it took to one of its tendrils?
I'll say yes. And the effect that you can see that arrow attack is causing is you're every now and then, I'd say like maybe every 20-30 seconds that goes by, it's like the second displacer beast like flickers for just a quick sharp second. I'm going to bring that into play, so I'm glad that you brought that up. Speaking of which, after the first displacer, it is going to move on to Bardrin. And Bardrin, if you haven't moved, if you're still standing up by the cage, where the first beast came out around, you are fairly close to the 4 new ones that just emerged.
I did move back some. So how far is the one that we've already been fighting from me?
If you, depending on how far you moved back, he could be
like 10 feet.
About 10 feet.
Yeah.
He got pulled again in another direction. So I'll say as of right now, he's about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm gonna move the 20 feet up to the injured one, and I'm gonna attack the one with the injured tentacle that's projecting.
Okay.
What's the DM inspiration?
1d10 to any roll of your choosing.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because I rolled a nat 1. So that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Hell yeah.
And right now, since that displacer beast is the tentacles are damaged, I'm gonna say that the projection that it is creating is not going to cause any of you to roll at disadvantage. The other ones will.
Gotcha. Okay, that's 13 damage.
Ouch. What does your attack look like? Where are you swinging at?
He's definitely swinging at the tentacles just because he knows it's a nuisance. But he's like scraping it off the back, so he's like trying to skin the back with his sword.
And you do that, and the amount of damage that you create causes this beast, this big cat-looking beast, to just roar in pain, and that projection that it was creating has now stopped. It doesn't seem to be able to create the projection any longer.
I fucking hate the Displacer Beasts. They're annoying. And he's gonna go for another attack.
Okay.
17.
That hits.
Nine damage, and I'm gonna expend another superiority die. Can it make a wisdom saving throw?
Definitely can.
And it's gonna take an extra d10 of damage. So 2 more damage. So a total of
That's
11.
It's an 18 on wisdom.
Damn, okay. DC 16. Let's see, is there anything I can do? I can't remember if anybody's been hit. I don't believe so. So I'm gonna.
Zuki was hit in the previous battle, but I don't know if we healed.
At this point, none of you have had a chance to take a long rest or heal anything. If you do any healing now, it's going to be through either magic or potions.
Gotcha. Okay. I think that'll be the end of my turn then.
All right. Heisa and then Ren is on deck.
So, Hesa sees multiple more cats appearing, right?
Yes. At first it was just 2 that appeared from the darkness, and then you blink and there are 4 walking in tandem out of the darkness, approaching closer.
And how big of an area are we in?
You're in about a big of the area all to since the last one. It's the same size, so and I think I had it as roughly in diameter 60 feet. So halfway from where you started halfway through would be about 30 feet.
Okay. Hesa's gonna look around, and be like, "Guys, there's more. This is not a good vibe. We need. I have just the perfect thing." As she holds up her crystal ball again, and she begins to chant, "Once a star, now a spirit. Come to me and vibe together." As she summons a aberration of a star spawn.
Okay.
And this is what it looks like. Let's see here. Oh, whoever posted that, I love it. And that, you know what? That's exactly how it appears.
Right?
Colors start to form, and its body starts to form just like that in that GIF.
Okay, that's the thing that you just summoned?
Yep.
Okay.
And it shares my initiative, so it goes right after me. Let me see here. And what it's going to do is it's going to use a psychic slam. The melee spell attack, your spell attack modifier to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 creature, 1d8 plus 3. Okay. So yeah, it's going to run over to one of the, it's going to float over to one of the things, and it's going to make a psychic staff that it just tries to whack them on one of them on the head.
Okay.
And it is, let me see here. So your spell attack modifier hit. Okay, so I'm going to.
Which one are you attacking?
Sorry, Bear. Oh, was that damage? 1 second, sorry. What are the ones that I see in front of me?
So you can see the 4 because the other 2 are projecting.
Uh-huh.
It does cause attacks to be at disadvantage.
Okay. It's just gonna pick one of them. And let me see here. Bear with me. Sorry. Basically, so do I use my attack? So your melee spell attack, your spell attack modifier to hit. So it's just my spell attack modifier? Oh, okay, I get it now.
So you did the summon shadow spawn, is that right?
No, it's summon abbreviation. I got it though. It rolled a natural 1 when it swinged.
And that does unfortunately miss.
She just looks at it and looks at the rest of the group and just
kind of like shrugs. Is that everything that you can do on your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Ren, you are up, and then we've got our joining Displacer Beasts.
Ren's gonna take a look at these 2 Displacer Beasts, definitely a little concerned, and raises their crossbow and aims it, I guess, the furthest one on the left.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage, please.
Did I take a shower?
Hmm?
Did I take a shower?
Yes.
Damn.
Ren, did you make an attack roll?
I'm struggling. Hold on.
Okay.
Go. 14?
I think that just barely hit. That just barely hits. Awesome.
Right. I've also got so that's 11 damage initially, but I've also got built for success still. I'm gonna use another charge of that. And roll an additional d4 to add to that.
Okay.
Oh, just one. So a 12.
And that attack hits perfectly. As it does hit, and you see the displacer kind of stagger a little bit, you notice that the displacer standing next to it mimics that exact same stagger. Is there anything else that you can do, Ren?
I can attack a second time. This time I'm gonna do the same beast, but I'm gonna aim for the tendrils. Attempt it too, anyways. We'll see how well it goes.
Make another attack at disadvantage.
That there being that one. So an 8.
And that arrow, as that arrow leaves, it just slides right by. Okay, Ren, if that ends your turn, we have our 2 other displacer beasts, or what you see 4 more entering into view. Vega, are you with us right now?
Yes.
What is your character doing on the inside of this cage?
Still very shooken up, is still like just backed up against the bars, like just trying to squeeze her way out of the cage. Sorry, I was still working on the character sheet.
You can see that the displacer beast that was threatening you is no longer inside the cage with you. You can see why, as it's preoccupied on the outside now.
Okay. Then she is kind of just watching everything going down, is going to she has like little bottles on her hips, and she's going to start healing herself, so hopefully if she can get out of said cage, she can be of some service.
Okay. One of the next displacer beasts, right now, as they are coming out of the darkness, are approaching the backside of the cage where this poor person is at. Who right now would be closest to the cage? Barjan, I know that you moved, correct?
Yeah, if nobody else is by it, I'd probably be the closest. But
I know Arik is still in the air. Is that correct? Let's see.
A T was close enough to make kind of analyze what was going in the cage and just kind of maintain that distance. But that's, I would say, probably about 30 or 40 feet.
Okay. Ahti, as 2 of these displacer beasts start to round up on you, it's hard to tell which one's the real one. It snarls at you. And it's going to lunge forward at you with its sharp claws bearing and make an attack. Does a Does a 20 hit?
It does indeed, and I'm gonna use Uncanny Dodge to have whatever the damage is on that.
Okay. Let's see. 1d6 plus 4. Let's see. 1d6 plus 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, 5. So you'll take first. You'll take 5 damage on that first attack. And it does something different where as it approaches you, the two displacer beasts start to drift further and further apart from each other, almost as if it's trying to attempt to flank you. And it's going to stop at least 5 feet away from you. The second one seems to be rounding up on you. You see these two displacer beasts coming up on you. And it is going to lunge and swipe at you. Roll it, damn it. I really wish I knew where my dice was. Does a 10 hit?
Nope. Her and Haas duck just in the right second as she looks horrified, holding onto her cat ears.
And it's going to do the same thing, where as it approaches you, they tend to drift further apart, almost making like the 3 of you together make a triangle shape. And it's going to stop about 5 feet from you, and then its turn there. Zuki, we are back up at the top of the round. What are you doing?
I got a kitty in my face.
You do, and this kitty is looking fairly hurt.
I'm gonna switch over to my rapier, and we're gonna let's see. Rapier doesn't do. Yeah, no, rapier's more just a stabby. Yeah, we're just gonna use the rapier and do a stab right into it with sneak attack. Let's see. Yeah, I keep on doing that. Ooh, nice crit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Nice.
Nice
First
crit too.
of the game,
First
yeah.
crit, I think.
Yeah, at least for me, I know.
Make it count.
Critty.
Oh shit.
Let's see.
And sneak attack damage? Damn.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Was it like 10d something?
So, crit damage. So, rapier damage is 12. And does the sneak attack also apply to the, or crit damage go also the sneak attack, or just regular?
I think it would just be regular, and it would make it just double damage.
Okay, because yeah, that's
Right.
where I was like,
Crits-
not.
I
So I'll
prefer
just
to just do like double damage than like double the dice rolls. I feel like double dice rolls just kind of make complicated things. It makes things longer.
Okay.
So if
just
you're
do the
okay,
regular,
if everybody
just do the
else,
flat roll on the sneak attack.
yeah.
Okay. So that would be 28 for the sneak attack damage.
That's 40 damage in total.
That's most damage too, isn't it?
Yeah, you rolled pretty high, it looks like.
Okay, I'm taking note of that. It's still standing. It's really, really, really badly hurt. How do these attacks look, Zuki?
Pretty much, if it's kind of like close to me, I'd be stabbing more like in the chest area, just since it's right in front of me.
Everybody else around you witnesses this tabaxi just stab on this big murder cat.
Back, kitty.
Maybe a murder cat, but he said I can out murder you. Here we go.
Is there anything else you can do, Zuki?
Let's see. Let me check. I'm gonna use my bonus action, disengage, and how how wide would you say the room, like the wall, will be from the creature? About 10 feet.
About 10, depending on exactly where you're at, anywhere between 10 to 15 feet would be the closest wall to you.
Okay, I'd probably be going closest to the end of the wall, so like 15 feet to kind of just get away,
Okay.
and then just kind of sit back and catch my breath a little bit.
And like as you move, the displacer tries to move with you, but it falls. It's not. This one's not having a good time at all. Ahti, it would be your turn next, and Arik, you are on deck.
Cool. Ati's going to use his bonus action to disengage, to move 40 feet away from the two projections that's currently in front of him. And then he's
Okay.
going to use, because he doesn't want to risk missing, he's going to use Acid Splash targeting both of them. It needs to make a dex
Nice.
save of 16, or it's going to take 2d6 of
That's
acid
smart ass
damage.
shit right there.
What save is it making?
A dex.
Okay. That would be an 11.
All right, taking 5 acid damage. Basically, he kind of like flips back and spews out acid in front of him as he's disengaging from the two targets in front of him.
All right, and you were doing that to the ones in front of you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you're doing on that turn?
That would be it for Ati on this turn.
Okay, Arik, and then we've got the hurt displacer.
We haven't killed any of these, right?
Not yet. But the first one, after Zuki attacked it, it is now on the ground, severely hurt.
Okay. So I'm not sure how much of a threat he is right now. What was the one? The one that basically Ren hit with their attack, and the additional one next to it did the same motion. Was the first one that they hit the actual one? Did it take damage?
From what it appears, you can't see any visible damage. But from hearing the hit, you know that it did get hurt. You just can't tell at this point which one.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and then use. Yeah, I'm gonna use catapult, which is a spell, and it allows me to take any object up to 5 pounds and shoot at a range of 60 feet. It has a hit dex of 14 and does 3d8 damage bludgeoning. But I'm going to throw my blood spear at it because it's only 3 pounds.
Okay.
Okay, so we're using this. So it's a dex of 14, so I don't know. I think you have to do a dex roll.
Yeah.
And if my spear hits, it's 10
hits.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it hits successfully.
Would you say that it takes any type of piercing damage from being hit with the spear?
I would say so. At this point, you can see that the displacer standing on the left of those two has a cut on its hind.
Do you want me to roll for piercing damage as well?
Yeah, why not? These things are pretty strong, so why not?
Okay. So total damage is 10 from the bludgeoning, and then 13 from the spear hitting it.
Okay, perfect. Anything else you can do on this turn?
Nope, that's it.
The displacer beast that is not having a good time at this moment. It's down on the ground. It's panting real heavily. It appears to be attempting to move, but it appears to be attempting to flee at this point. Bargain. The displacer beast can't really do anything else, and then you have the other 4 that are currently active and appear to be in good health.
Wait, one's fleeing?
It is appearing to, it appears that it is attempting to. It is dragging itself across the ground. This one is really badly hurt.
Okay. Then he'll go after the others. That one can be cleaned up. So you said there's the 4 others were surrounding Ahti. They're still in the same location?
Yes. Well, there's 2 on that were on Ahti. Ahti disengaged and moved away.
Huh.
And there are 2 also rounding up on Hesa.
Gotcha. Did the acid reveal which one was the real one? Did we say?
It did not reveal which one was the real one. The other one, though, you can see a cut on its hindquarters.
Okay. I'd like to pick up the one that's trying to flee and smack it through the 2 that are next to Hesa.
Holy shit.
Love it.
I'm playing a barbarian fighter apparently out here. How much would you say a displacer beast weighs at first?
Actually, I think... Let's see what it tells me. Oh... It does not, but it is a large monstrosity. Let's see.
So I'd say like a tiger, like the size of a tiger then.
Yeah, average weight of a tiger, which is about 680 pounds for an adult.
Okay, I can lift, drag, and push just underneath that, so I would like to attempt to do this.
Okay, make a strength check.
Could I argue an athletics check because I'm trying to pick it up?
I would allow that, yes.
Fuck yeah. 16.
Oh yeah, you pick this thing up. It's kind of tough. You can definitely feel the weight of this creature, but as you wrap your hands around it or your arms around it, however you're picking it up, and you feel the weight, you just dig deep within yourself and kind of let out that deep grunt that you do when you pick up something heavy and you finally lift it up off the ground.
Okay, he's gonna basically linebacker tackle with it and run it straight into the other 2. Whether or not it pushes one into the other or not, it's up to you, but he's basically linebacker tackling this thing into the others.
Get him, Bardrin.
God.
Clones? What clones?
Wait, when is it a grapple check?
I'm not trying to stop it from moving. I'm trying to literally use it as a weapon was my intent here. I'm basically at the end of this, I'm dropping it on whatever I hit.
He's basically like shove checking it into the other ones.
Yeah, I'm basically shoving it, but by picking it up.
So maybe just like roll an unarmed strike, even though you're armed with a fucking panther.
Would this be considered an improvised weapon, technically?
I would like to wield the panther.
I'm not really. So my argument here is I'm not really trying to like swing the panther as a weapon. I'm literally charging with it on my shoulder into them, like using it as the ram on my shoulder.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
shoulder
so
checking
then-
Yeah, but with a panther.
them.
My God.
Then why don't you just roll a d20 and we'll say we'll add your, because this just is cool and I want it to be cool. So like roll a d20 plus your athletics modifier and then like a +2 for improvised weapon. Because I want this to be
Okay,
cool.
that's a 22.
Yeah, that you hit it.
Do I hit both of them or just smacking the one?
You smack like the way that I would imagine that you're holding this thing to kind of like try to take out both of them at the same time. As you make contact, the one on the left, like so as you're facing it, your left disappears and you strike the true one.
Okay, and so basically I'm doing like this gif. I just look into the Displacer Beast and I'm like, where are you going? And I just pick it up, carry it into the other Displacer Beast, and then just land on top because at that point I'm a little exhausted. So it's like a sandwich, a Displacer Beast, and then me.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little bar of fur.
As you just hear meow.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
and I'm just gonna look over at Hesa. I'm just gonna look over at Hesa and be like, "This is the one to hit." Or at least I'm gonna look around at everybody around me, huffing and puffing. And be like, I figured out which one's the real one, so now we can target it.
Roll me some kind of bludgeoning damage.
Huh?
Roll me some kind of bludgeoning damage.
Well, that's up to you. How much damage do you think this would have done?
Let's just do like a D8 plus your strength.
That's 12 damage.
Yeah.
Does that kill the weak one? I just want to know.
Yeah, it's gone as you land on top of it. Like you literally feel the life just leave this thing as it goes limp.
Okay, as I grabbed it, just to kind of describe how it ends up dying, is I just like the way I grab it, I bear hug it, snapping its spine as I land on top of the other one, killing it.
Everybody around you, it sounds like just the worst, like glow stick cracking sound you've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Bad kitty.
Jesus Christ.
The correct way to punish your animals.
Let's see. I'm trying to look at my maneuvers to see if there's anything else I can do. A lot of them are weapon attacks, like if I do something with a weapon. So I'm gonna say a lot of these I can't do. You know what? No, I'm. That's gonna be the end of my turn then.
Okay.
It's like you have a cat bed, just lay on top
Yeah,
of it.
he's just gonna end his turn laying on top of these two.
You've earned it.
Okay, Hesa, you are up. Ren, you're on deck. Currently, now you see Bardrin dogpiling two Displacer Beasts. One appears to be dead. The other is just kind of like smushed. It's trying to move, but it's not having an easy time. And then you have the other two that are still visible that were attacking around towards Ahti. And of course, you still have the poor person trapped inside of the rectangular cage.
It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Hesa's gonna look at the. Is it like a small cat that's in is that it's Baxian as well.
Vega, what are you? What rate, class, and race
I
are you?
think I think she was Elvish.
Or like, what race are you? Yeah, I think yeah. She said that it was she was
Tiefling.
Elvish.
That's my bad.
She's a
Tiefling.
tiefling,
Oh,
yeah.
tiefling. Okay.
Half devil or something.
Okay. Hasa's gonna pull out her crossbow with her bolts of walloping, and she's gonna fire the crossbow at one of the other one of the other ones that are standing.
Okay. Are you? So you're okay. So you're attacking the ones that aren't being dogpiled by Bardrin.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay, let me see. Sorry, I'm taking my dog out. I don't know why he has to go out when he already went out not that long ago. Let me hold the app open. Midnight. Come on, dude.
Is it still a disadvantage since it's projecting?
Yes, this one is currently still projecting just fine.
Okay, here we go. Characters. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second.
No worries.
Oh, I can't. All right, my characters.
Zuki, do you have thieves' tools?
Do I have thieves' tools? You
I
simple
thought
bird.
so.
I hope the party of 3 rogues currently, 4th one incoming, has some damn thieves' tools.
I'm thinking one of them should maybe see about getting that cage open. I mean, if we're in a fight for our lives, let's add to the party here.
I only rolled a 3.
A 3 does not hit.
Okay, and then my aberration is going to attempt to do another psychic slam.
Okay.
Let me see here.
What was that? I think it was a dex save, wasn't it? Or no, like a wisdom save?
No, it's a midnight. Come on. Let me see. Sorry, this is really hard to do with a big dog. Okay, here we go. It is your spell attack modifier to hit to reach 5 feet. Okay, so roll d20. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. And that's going to be a 1d8. Okay. 1d8. Of course, I got a fucking 1. Plus 3, that's 4. Plus 4, so that's 8 damage.
8 total damage?
Yeah.
Okay. It does take that damage. It seems to as you hit it, it seemed to have lost its ability for at least a little bit, what it appears to continue to projecting.
Oh, perfect. And I have my turn.
Okay, Ren, you are up.
All right. Ren is gonna kind of assess the situation, take a look around at everything. And is right now holding a crossbow, but I would like to switch to a scimitar. If I remember right, that costs a whole action, doesn't it?
The way that I've always seen it is like if it's the start of your turn and you're just switching weapons, I don't really see the point of that taking an action. Just drop your crossbow and pull out your rapier.
Okay. Cool. I appreciate that. We'll swap to the rapier, and Ren's gonna run up and go to
stabber, swing at the one that's on the ground under Bardrin.
Okay, make an attack roll at advantage.
I got it. I'm holding it down.
24.
Oh, that hits.
And that is 10 damage on that attack.
And that attack lands true. Where did, as far as you can see, the head and like the front paws are visible as the rest is being squished by the other dead one and Bardrin. Where are you attacking at?
Ren's gonna bring their blade down kind of in between, like where it looks like the shoulder might kind of end, and then in like up into the flesh of the neck, so it like cuts, hopefully muscle.
It does. It tears through the flesh and it lets out a roar of pain. Do you have a second attack you can do?
Yes. Is it with advantage as well?
Yes.
Crit, 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 crit.
24. We were close.
Damn.
That hits.
So close.
And that's an 11.
11 damage.
Same spot.
And you see as it tears deeper and it just roars in pain. It struggles a little bit more, but it's being held down by not only a beast of its equal weight, but also Bardrin.
But also Bardrin.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Is that everything that you can do?
Yes.
It's safe to say that the Displacer Beast that is underneath Bardrin is knocked prone and unable to move for this turn. It tries, it struggles, but it can't seem to break free. The other
Bardrin
one,
got your tongue. But
the other one, however, I can't remember who was the last one to attack that one. I think it was Hesa. Was that right?
mm-hmm. Or her
Yeah.
thingy.
Yeah, I think that was right.
Yeah.
That one is gonna round up on you and make its own attack. I need to know if no, that's not gonna. Does an 8 hit
Who?
you?
Oh, no. Her and Haas duck again.
It's gonna try to make one more attack. Does a 17 hit?
Yes. Possibly, maybe.
Let's see. Your armor class is 11. Do you have anything extra like that needs to take an account for that, or is it?
Nope. It's just that.
Okay, so that one does hit. It is going to do 1d6 plus 4 as it swipes at you. You take 5 points of damage from that swipe.
Okay. I can't remember. Do cats yelp, or is that just a dog thing?
They do what they call meow. It's like a meow.
She makes that exact same noise as she's hanging onto her pillow that's attached to Haas's back as she got whacked.
It's like wow.
And then she
It's like-
hisses.
Yeah, it hiss.
And so far, this Displacer Beast is trying to project again, but it doesn't seem like it's able to. Not quite yet. Our companion inside of the cage, Vega, you can see all of this commotion going on. You see Bardrin take down the 2. You see the 1 that seems to be struggling. What would you like to do while you are inside of this cage?
So my character finally calms down. She is now just frustrated and angry. I sent you a photo of one of the options I chose. Am I allowed to use that?
Hold up. is that? Oh. Fuck it. Absolutely, you can.
Okay. So I'm going to use my action to use, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, the Cape of Mountebank? Mountebank? We're going with that. To then, she uses this action, a very dark dust, smoke, fog, whatever you want it to be, covers her, and she is now out of the cage as more fog smoke appears, and she is now where in place of where the fog is.
Nicely done.
Misty Step?
You can tell him what that was if you wish, unless you
I
want
did. I said the Cape Mount. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Mountebank. Cape of the Mountebank.
Pause.
I don't even know. I didn't even see the name. It didn't show me the name, did it?
What name? I'll take a photo of it.
Oh,
so you
Cape
can
of the Mount Bank. Yeah, basically.
Conjuration.
Oh, you did Dimension Door. Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, we are back. We're gonna move back at for the round to Zuki, as all of you see this person just disappear in smoke and then come out in smoke. Now no longer inside of the cage. Zuki, what are you doing? There seems to appear to be only one displacer beast that is a threat.
Okay, and that's the one that I just stepped away and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with that one, let's see what we're gonna do. Now, since I've gotten my breath caught up, I'm going to, because I assume no one else is close by, correct? Because that was the one with the.
It just attacked Hysa.
Splash.
Yeah, it did just attack Hasa.
Oh, okay. So with that one, we're going to run up on it. And question for you, how do you do for the cat's claws and stuff for the melee attack? Do you, like, if I have like, because I think I wear like, I envision like me wearing more of like, kind of like open-toed sandals or shoes.
Yeah.
So I could use my feet claws as well. So would that still count as just the regular cat's claws, whether I use my feet or my hands? Since
Yeah,
it's
I would.
both slashing damage.
I would say so. That would just be the same roll.
Okay. Because what I had in mind is by taking my rapier and stabbing it in, like running up to it and stabbing it in the back, and then kind of doing as a, I think it's like a bonus action, going up and slashing it with, pretty much doing like a slash kick attack off of it with my feet.
So I'll allow that because you have, and it's just because this is my interpretation of two-weapon fighting. When you take an attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you are holding. Technically, your claws you are permanently holding, and I would consider the claws as a light melee weapon.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because that's why I only took like one rapier and just
Yeah,
have
like-
my other hand open.
Like, it's like if I want to just be like, this is what it sounds like to me, I'll allow that to happen because of the two-weapon fighting and how I perceive for it to be.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured of doing that. So yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack rolls on those.
Okay. Make sure it's flat. We want attack roll. Got a 27 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And then I'm gonna just do the damage. Oh yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
the
go ahead and
damage
do
for
it.
the marshal. So rapier damage is 9. And then now I'll do the bonus action and kind of do a kind of like a backflip type thing and clomb with my feet. So chance to hit 15.
15 hits.
Sweet. And that'll do for an additional 7 damage.
This one lets out a shriek of pain. It doesn't seem to be doing super hot either anymore. And it has lost, even whether or not it's lost ability to project, projecting at this point would mean nothing. You can clearly see which one's damaged.
Sweet.
Zuki, if that ends your turn, we are on to Ahti, and we have Arik on deck.
That ends my turn.
All right, Ahti is kind of moving in a manner to kind of flank and targeting with a short bow with both Hesa and Zuki there. It would count as a sneak attack. A 29 to hit.
That hits.
For 31.
Ooh. And that's the same one that Zuki was attacking, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Whew. It is bleeding. It is not having a good time. It seems to be having difficulty moving as well. Is there anything else on this turn you would like to do?
That would be it for Ahti.
Arik, you are up. And Bardrin is now on deck.
Currently, the ones that we have that are still in action. Which one has my spear in it that I threw?
I believe that would be the one that Zuki and Ahti were attacking.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so I am, of course, in the air, flapping my wings, seeing this unfold, seeing Zuki do his amazing backflip, seeing Ahti do their attack. I swoop in down onto them with the creature, and I perform an unarmed strike with my talons.
Okay, roll a hit.
21.
You got it.
So I bring my talons down and slashing damage at the base of its neck. And I hit with 7.
And as you slash at it with your talons, you can see the blood fly with every slash of those razor sharp talons you've got. Is there anything else you can do on this turn?
Yep, I'm now going to go ahead and spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows to do another 2 attack damage with my talons.
Okay.
First one is an 18.
That hits.
With 5 slashing damage. The next one is 15.
Hits.
With another 5 slashing damage.
This Displacer Beast seems to be having a hard time standing now. It's still in the fight, but it's taken one hell of a beating. Bardrin, you are still currently on top of the...
yeah.
on top of the dead one, smushing the other one to the ground, and it does not seem to be having a good time either. What are you going to do?
Quick question. Sorry, Bardrin. I just wanted to know, am I able to take my spear from the creature?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to be sure that. So I take my spear. Sorry. Go ahead, Bardrin.
I sent you a message in Discord real quick, Clarissa, just before I take my turn here.
Alright, 1 second. Sorry.
Just a quick question I had.
In Discord?
Yeah.
I don't have one from you in Discord.
Oh, apparently I never sent it. Okay, well, my basic question is if taming is possible in your world, like for creatures like this.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Like, is taming possible for creatures like this, like monsters?
I mean, technically, yes.
I almost want to try and tame it since we got it just pinned to the ground and it can't do anything.
It is pretty hurt, too.
Rub its belly.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to start like taming it. I'm not sure if that would just be animal handling or what, but that's my intention here. Since it can't do anything, it's just stuck, and it looks like everybody else is doing their own thing over there.
Yeah, go ahead and make a animal handling check.
Okay.
Let's see what
25
kind of influence you have on it. Oh, it looks at you, Bardrin, as you're. So, like, what are you doing? Like, you get its attention. What are you doing specifically that?
I'm basically intimidating the hell out of it with just my presence. Basically, like a bigger animal, making it bow.
Like it
alpha.
looks.
I'm basically making it recognize me as alpha.
It looks at you wide-eyed, and you can kind of get the sense that the overall demeanor of this creature has now switched to fear.
He's just gonna keep doing that for the rest of my turn. Basically, till it submits.
Okay. I'm gonna say that first animal handling check then is gonna be your action, and we'll come back around and see what happens unless somebody kills it.
He'll ask everybody not to.
Could you imagine just like a 6'7", like muscle-roid person just walks up to you and just stares at you? Just
Yeah, he's 6'10", and I'm gonna basically he's just gonna say, "Everybody, I'm gonna take this one. Nobody touch it."
I don't want to be body slammed by you.
And he basically just when he looks at it, he says, "You're mine." Warm kitty, soft kitty. You're my little ball of fur.
Its eyes are all wide, its pupils are all like narrow, its ears are back, like it's frightened of you. Heisa, let's go on to you. What are you doing?
She's like first of all looking very like anime looking disturbed listening to him say my kitty, warm kitty, little ball.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
She's horrified by whoever said that because now she's just scared. You know, she's just like.
Yeah, it's one of the people next to you. Watch out over there.
My cat just did a half gainer and fell. Sorry.
Are you okay? Is there any other ones alive besides the one that's being mentally bullied?
There's
struggle snuggle.
There's one still alive between Zuki, Ahti, you, and Art.
Okay.
It looks like it's in rough shape.
She just says, "These are not the vibes that I wanted today. Mind sliver," as she taps her jewels as they brighten, and a little arc of purple and pink electricity comes off the head of the creature. They need to do a intelligence saving throw 15.
It's at 15.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Still trying to figure out how her magic works. Kind of go the anime route.
Yeah, it fails that. It rolled a 5.
Fantastic. Good roll. God damn, my rolls have been so shitty today. Like, so shitty. God damn. It has been bad. Let me see here. I rolled a nat 1 on my damage. It's great. It takes 5 damage. And then let me see here. And then on its next turn, it has to subtract a 1d4 from its next saving throw.
Okay.
And her aberration will come over and whack it with its stick to do the psychic slam.
Okay.
Does 13 hit?
Yes.
Perfect. And watch me roll on that one again. Let's see here. And that's not too bad, I guess. 6 damage.
Okay. You can tell that this Displacer Beast is not having a good time. It's still hurt, and the more you hit it, the more it just gets hurt.
That's fair. And my turn.
All right, Ren, you are up.
All right. Ren's kind of gonna pause and look at the Displacer Beast underneath Bardrim. Could look at Bardrim and just kind of step back. So the rapier's still in hand, but steps back with the hands up, like, okay, that's yours now. Fine, sounds good. I'm out. And then looks over to the other Displacer Beast. How far away is Ren?
From the other one?
Yeah.
About 25 feet in total.
25 feet. Can the little gnome legs make it? That is the question.
Oh, little gnome legs.
Just have someone throw you.
You'll have to toss me.
Incoming.
Good. Some people got it. That made me happy.
Don't tell the alpha.
Yes. Crap. Where's the movement speed? I lost it.
Ren, it looks like
Oh,
Ren
50.
has 50 feet.
Okay, we're good then. Speedy little gnome legs. Okay, Ren is gonna run over and take a swing at the other Displacer Beast that is attacking the kitty, and the small little voice goes, "Stop hurting the kitty, you bitch!" and stabs.
Stab.
I love it.
26 hits.
4, 9. If it's still moving, they're gonna go again.
Die, you sorry excuse for a cat.
I will smash you until a smashing just doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I have to refresh my page because it wasn't showing me. Okay, so 9 damage, right?
Yep.
And that hits true. It hurts it. It brings it down onto the ground. Not necessarily prone. It's giving everything it's got into this fight.
All right. Once more. Aw, man. Joining you in the Nat 1 club, Hesa.
Welcome. It's a hellhole. You'll love it.
It makes for funny moments, though.
It does, and unfortunately, that wasn't like. As you go to swing, it doesn't like necessarily duck. It just kind of like falls because it's hurt so badly that you swing right over it.
Ah, fuck.
Does that end your turn? There is there anything else?
That ends Ren's turn.
Our friend that just teleported outside of the cage. What are you doing?
So my question is, how many are still alive?
You've got the one that is squished underneath another one with Bardrin on top of it, and he appears to be attempting to tame it. And then you have the other one that basically everybody else is surrounding that is not having a fun time. This one's pretty close to death.
So from where I'm at compared to the beast, can I get to him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to go to him, and I am going to hit him with my rapier.
Go ahead and
What's with
roll
the
a hit.
rapiers? There's so many rapiers.
We have a lot of focused
It's like the
folks.
Four Musketeers out here. What the fuck?
It's a good weapon.
I smell a lot of French people.
Yeah, I think literally everybody but me and Hasa has one of those damn things.
Rapiers.
Like, I mean, maybe Ahti doesn't have one, do you?
I just have a pointy stick, which is like a rapier, but
Ahti has a rapier, but I built him to focus on bow stuff as a scout. So
There's literally 5 rapier users in here. Anyways.
I mean, the rapier kind of fit with him being like Navy, like swashbuckler type style, but.
Do I see a 6?
Real quick, because I haven't done this in so long, do I do hit DC or the damage?
So roll the hit. You'll click the hit button next to the weapon,
and then damage afterward.
Your character sheet is one that I didn't have open.
You have to have it equipped
So yeah,
under your inventory and then be under actions to do an attack.
Yeah, it was that
So,
hit
yeah.
DC button you were talking about. That's to hit, and then if you hit, then you'll roll the damage box after.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you. That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, I don't know which one. Oh, that's my dagger. That's fine. We'll just do my dagger.
Okay.
It was 12.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Okay. Out of level 10, I have a second action, correct? Or a second attack?
It says I'm looking at your sheet now. It says attacks per action is 1.
Okay.
You attacked with a dagger, so you could actually do a bonus attack with the dagger.
With your
is
other
true.
dagger, yeah.
I'll do that then. Maybe we'll roll.
You have to have
I'm rolling 14.
14 hits.
Fuck yeah.
And then it's just the dice in the corner that I use for damage.
Yeah, right next to the hit that you hit for your dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to the hit DC, it should have a damage box that's like 1d8 or whatever. If you click that, it'll auto-roll it with your modifier.
Dagger. There we go. Sorry, ignore the rapier. That was my bad. Damage is still 5.
Hell yeah.
Okay. 5 damage. Just so you know, like, don't be alarmed. I'm making some changes to your sheet because you had your leveling system as points instead of milestones.
Okay, that's my bad. Like I was saying, I haven't put a sheet like this together on D&D Beyond, other than the one time with you, and I've always done paper, so it's still kind of weird to me.
Right. This is my first time using it as well, and I haven't.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that's having
No,
the issue of like,
at
this is
all.
weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a learning experience.
Alright, and so in total you did 5 damage, is that correct?
Yeah.
And it takes that 5 damage. It's still not having a good time. It is going to attempt to make an attack on you, but I am going to say that it's going to roll at disadvantage because it's hurt. Does a Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do.
It swings at you with its claws and it's going to do, let's see, it's going to do 7 damage. but I'm gonna say that that's all it can really do right now. It's definitely hurt. It doesn't seem to. It's giving everything that it has. It's not gonna go down without a fight. It's clear this one doesn't want to be taken as hostage either. Let's move to the top of the round. Zuki, what are you doing?
Zuki's going to stab again with his rapier and do sneak attack this time.
Go ahead.
Let's see. .24 to hit.
That hits.
For 7 damage on the rapier. And then sneak attack. An additional 16.
It is now completely collapsed on the ground. You can see it's still breathing though.
Okay.
Can you make a second attack?
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking and stuff, because I did.
Doesn't
'Cause the
appear
sneak-
so. It does say attack. What attacks per action 1?
Yeah, because I do have a bonus. I can do bonus action and do the 2 weapon fighting since I'm using it, but
If you wish to do that, like I'll allow it.
okay, let's do the bonus action and slash with my claws. And I think that one has to just be just the regular straight damage with no modifier. So it's just a regular D6. Yeah, D6. For 6 damage.
Ooh.
How do you put this thing out of its misery?
I think for the claws, I'd probably just be like slashing against its throat.
Hell yeah.
As you slash and you rip its throat open.
Down,
and
kitty.
You see the blood flow out as it takes its final breath and closes its eyes. I want to jump real quick to Bargin, as all of the other threats have been dispatched, and this one's still, at current time, at least intimidated of you. What would you like to do with this?
DM, can I
So now,
jump in real quick?
now that, huh?
I wanted to assist Bardrin pulling out rope from my backpack to basically either make a makeshift like collar or to like help tie it down so it's easier for him to pull off a animal handling check.
Okay.
Sure, and he'll help out to get that done. So what Barden's gonna do now, since the animal has like become submissive to him, he'll reward it by giving him some of the jerky rations to snack on, and as he does that, he's gonna scratch it behind the ears.
Make another animal handling check. And do it at advantage this time.
Could you imagine something massive almost killed you, and then you freeze up, and then it just starts to feed you stuff from its pocket, and it just starts rubbing your head, and you're just like, what is going on?
23.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
It seems to take what you're offering to it. It seems to be becoming receptive to you petting and scratching it behind the ear. As it takes the jerky from you and eats it, it still kind of looks up at you a bit terrified. Are you still sitting on top of it?
No, he'll get up from it now and start to remove the Displacer Beast, the dead one, off of it.
And as it kind of gets up, it limps real badly, and it puts its ears down and backs away from you just a little bit.
He's going to approach it as in a means to like tend to its wound.
Okay. How do you want to tend to the wound?
He's I now have second wind, but that's only for me. But I was gonna use rally, and I can expend one of my superiority dice to grant a friendly creature who can see or hear you temp HP. Would that work as a way to heal it?
Or could you feed it a potion?
Ooh.
Don't have one, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Or I'll just make a like animal handling medicine check, maybe.
I've got a few potions if we need to use one.
I'll take one if you're offering.
I'll allow either or. Like if you want to try either or those rolls. So what? If you want to like grant it temporary hit points. Like I would say that it would take an effect. It may not just be like the same as if it healed 10 hit points.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna approach it and look it straight in the eyes and just say, "Your name is Juno." As I like rub the potion onto the Displacer Beast, like on its wound.
And as you do that, it looks back to see what you're doing, and then looks back up at you, and blinks almost as if in agreement.
Is it slow blinks?
Slow blinks.
Absolutely slow blinks.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
He's just gonna scratch it under the chin and then go for a belly rub.
And it reciprocates to this. As you go in for some more scratches, it pushes its head into your hand. And as you run your hand down its body, he just rolls over onto his back and reciprocates to the belly scratches.
Basically. Bargin just looks to the rest of the party. Anyways, shall we be moving?
Nice cat.
I know it's a new model.
Maybe Hesa could maybe part with some of that, or you could purchase some of that special catnip she carries around. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you get your own stash, man. It's just, like holds her bag closer. You bunch of thieves.
We need to give it his new cat 2 rapiers to hold in his tentacle.
No.
It's the new ninja.
Also, what are we gonna do about this elf that we found? It's an unknown vibe.
Well,
how did you
are you
come
friendly?
to be in this situation, friend?
I came here to win the game.
So you're an adventurer like us.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Seems like she kind of lost badly. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, how did you end up in the cage?
I don't fully remember. I was going through rooms, and the next thing I know is I walked through this room, and of course, facing the same beast as all of you. I'm not sure, honestly. All I know is I came in here, I seen the beast, and I seen the cage. And the next thing I know, both me and the beast was in the cage, and I could not take it on by myself.
Hesa will get off of Haas and walk over to you and kind of like gently rub the top of your hand between her hand beans as she goes, "You poor thing. You know, the most perfectly vibe thing we could do is I tell fortunes. I can help you not allow this again. And I package it with my own homebrewed gypsy wine. 5 gold to the package." As she keeps rubbing your hand. Huh?
Oric interrupts and goes, "Before you're swindled out of all your money, can I ask, did you come here alone, or did you have no other friends with you?"
I came here alone. I stumbled across the town on accident and was soon faced with you go through and you try and fight your way out and beat the game, or try and leave the town to only be gruesomely murdered.
Indeed, we met the same fate. And what was your name, friend?
Laverna.
Laverna.
How long ago did you come in here?
Well, knowing days and nights in here, after a while, you don't know anymore. I do know that I have camped at least 3 times, but sleep isn't always an option. So, to be honest, I don't know how long I've been here. I just know it's been a while.
Hesa puts her hand over her mouth and she goes to your ear, and she goes, "Don't trust that guy. I heard he beat an old woman for just taking his milk." And she's gonna roll persuasion on that.
Which one are you saying that about?
Was it Ren? No, Ren. It's fuck me. Second game. It's Don. Was it Don's character?
Oh, Ahti.
Ahti, yeah. Was he the one that said swindle you out of all your money?
No, that was Eric.
No, that was Eric.
I'm sorry, Eric.
No, you're good.
And I am gonna roll persuasion on that. That's a 15.
It hits. By 1, but it does. I kind of look at her with a slight side eye and look at the other person that she is speaking of with very confused, concerned look.
Does Eric hear what was said?
If she whispered out, you probably would have to roll for something like that.
DM.
Okay. My light just turned off.
Minute stop.
I guess perception?
Perception?
Yeah, make a perception.
Okay.
check.
Let's see. Perception. Where are you? Is it passive? No. Okay. I rolled a 21.
Yeah, you can hear this pretty clearly with your keen bird ears.
Yeah, so Eric hears this and he looks over at nobody and says, "Brother, I don't even like milk."
See that? Even touched himself. Just keep your head down and be fine. Come. I have a warm place for you to stay. And she gently pats her hand and gently guides her over to an empty space where she throws down her instant home.
Whoever would kind of be more keen as to what would be going on around you, make a perception check for me.
Just a passive perception check.
Just a regular perception check.
And this can be any of us.
Yeah, if your character would be at least aware of what's going on around you, yeah, it's a check.
I rolled a 15.
I have an 8.
Got a nice little 11.
All right, the DC was low. Anybody who rolled over a 10, the rest of you would be more concerned in what's going on with your new companion and the fact that Bardrin now has a giant murder cat as a pet. The rest of you notice, and it was you don't know when this would have happened, but the cage is no longer in the middle of the room. And the area seems to be just a little bit brighter. You can't really tell if it's gotten brighter or if just being in here for so long, your eyes have adjusted really well. And in the place of where the cage was at, there seems to be a few supplies just sitting there. Upon investigating the supplies, whoever would have gone up and to check them out, what you're going to find is a couple two-person tents, big enough to house everybody, some firewood, a little bit of food, some meat that you can cook, water to drink, stuff that you would need to take a long rest.
Oric checks the bags and says, "It looks like we are meaning to be provided for to spend the night. Should we rest here and perhaps heal up?"
I'm fine with that. I can keep watch.
I would agree. Better than moving on to an unknown territory.
Yeah, Hesa is already a step ahead of you guys as she throws down her instant home.
T would agree to take first watch with Bardrin.
Ren nods up and down a little bit, kind of bobbing.
Sleepy gnome.
All right.
All right, then. Bardrin will then take first watch with Ahti and murder Cat Juno. The rest of you, get some rest if you can.
Rest. I have a fortune to tell as she starts trying to pulling her into her what you see a 2-bedroom building, and the front door above it has a sign that says Madame Hesa's fortune telling, and there's a wooden cat with an arm that goes back and forth hitting an orb.
Okay, so before we go further, how is everybody looking on time? We can end it here, or we can go like another half hour.
Shit, I'm good.
I'm good either way.
I unfortunately definitely have to go to bed. I work early.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably call it for me.
Damn.
Okay, so I'll say for the next little bit, it doesn't. We'll start like after you found the supplies and Hesa put up her instant home. It doesn't take long for you guys to figure out the tent situation. It seems like a pretty standard tent. You would be pretty familiar with it. You guys get a roaring fire going as you chit-chat the night away. And you tuck into bed for the night. Not sure what's gonna come when you awake. As the night just kind of fades out. That's where we'll stop.
I was
Yeah.
gonna make a remark that I was gonna start training Juno and have her like sit and let me ride her and that kind of stuff.
Can I say that that was a thing that I was not expecting to become a thing?
I didn't like plan that. I was just like, well, shit, it's just sitting here and it can't do anything. So, fuck it, I'm gonna try. And I was like, I was like, if he says no, if she says no, I'm just gonna kill it. I was like, I'm just gonna stab.
I honestly, when
No.
you asked me, I couldn't think of a feasible reason to say no. So it's like, I mean, technically, yeah, I guess you can.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Oric sits down to play his drums by the fire and goes, "Who was the old lady, brother? And why did she have milk?"
Yeah.